did you know about Alan Turing before you did this film?
I remembered obviously learning about him in a textbook in a way that he shouldn't be remembered, which was the phrase of chemicals castration when I was about sort of 8 years old. Rather than anything he achieved, it was just like scientists chemically castrated. And then, like all education is, you learn, it's quite cyclical, so you learn about it again when you're 12, and then it gets more. So I think in the UK, and maybe because of the school I went to, because I don't think it was on the syllabus, I had a fairly good idea. But then when we came to the film, I learned so much more, because obviously there was so much that was still suppressed by the Official Secrets Act, and there still is. So, yeah.
Tell us a little
That was
bit
the
about,
earliest memory of him, anyway.
That's amazing. You actually, the book said that, huh?
Well, it said chemical castration, yeah.
Yeah. That must have set a young man's mind.
It scared the hell out of me.
I would say
I was like, but why? Am I going to get the same kind of treatment if I do the wrong thing? But yeah, it was horrific for him.
Tell us a little bit about your character in this film.
I play Hugh Alexander, who is initially brought in with the other boys, including Alan, and he's put in charge of the cryptanalysis division to try to break Enigma, which was the box of cogs and settings that all of the German transmissions were put through, which there are 156 million possibilities, quite a few. So it was known as the unbreakable code. And then after a while, Alan approached Winston Churchill and had himself put in charge because he thought he could work things out quicker and better, and he didn't really want to work as a team player, and so we butted heads. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously, you could literally take every single character, secondary and tertiary, that worked at Bletchley, and we've cherry-picked the best, obviously, because it's a dramatization. But you can make a film about all of them, Peter Hilton, Hugh, but obviously we're just, we're set up, and it's a story about Alan Turing because this man's story trumps everybody else's, and it's important to tell it for many reasons.
What do you want people to take away from the film?
Well, I want them to take away, I think a lot of people won't know his story. So an initial knowledge of what he managed to achieve, and the fact that he brought a 2-year cessation to the World War II, probably saving around 14 million lives, and then how he was treated in 1952, which is, I don't know if it's such a good thing that we should look back with anger and declare how awful it was. I think we know that. I think it's just important to look back and say this should never happen again, but certainly have a knowledge that it's okay to be an outsider and think differently, because this man was bullied at school and felt different all his life, and look what he achieved.